If you're curious to know about the things that held you back from marriage, or maybe still holding you back now, right now, as we speak, you're in luck, because this is what I will talk about right now. Hey everyone, Fuad Habib here, and welcome back to another video. Now, if you're new to me, I'm an Arab relationship coach, and I specialize at helping single women transition into marriage. Conservative single women. Now, because I target this segment of women, I receive sometimes emails from women who are, you could say, a little bit older. Yeah, they're not in their 20s. They're at their early 30s to over 40. And they want to get married. But I don't receive these questions from women who are young. Because the women who are young, they don't even consider that time flies so fast. You'd find even now, as I'm recording this, they don't consider time. They would be enjoying doing whatever they're doing. They're enjoying their studies or their work or going out with their friends. Now, the questions I get, and I completely understand, it's a very common question, not only online, but with the people I know around me, especially traditional women. We still don't have a solution on how to facilitate marriage for our women. So I did in the early days of the channel share a video about what made a relationship very special to me. And I also spoke about what made this exact relationship fall apart. Now, I ended up unlisting this video because I thought the entire context of this relationship was not conveyed in the video and it could have a negative influence on the viewer. So I thought it's not worth it. I do share what makes a woman a good option for marriage across almost all my videos. So if you have the fundamentals, you have the basics, and you subscribe to the philosophies that I share and the things that I preach in the channel, you should be a good option. But today I will address things that are holding you back because of the things you do and sometimes because of the beliefs you hold. And now the advice I share usually will be beneficial to almost all of you if you are interested in a man that holds similar beliefs to mine, right? So if the fundamentals are there and you agree with them and they are also part of you, then you should be already married by now. But today I will address things that you might have done that held you back from getting married. And perhaps also they are still holding you back right now. So if you're curious to know about the things that held you back from marriage, or maybe still holding you back now, right now, as we speak, you're in luck, because this is what I will talk about right now. All right, so as I said, if you have everything in place in terms of how you respect yourself, the values you hold, and the way you present yourself to the world, one of the first things that could be holding you back is your career, especially as a young woman. You are in your 20s, and then you're going to uni. And if you're very ambitious, you will take a path where uni will take at least 6-7 years from you, right? You get this first degree, and then you get the euphoria that comes with the celebration of the graduation, and then you want to pursue a higher degree. You get your master's degree and then your PhD. And even if you don't get very ambitious and go to the PhD level, some majors would require you 6-7 years, especially if it's medicine. So these studies do take a lot of energy from you. I have my master's degree, I have my bachelor's degree. I spent a lot of time going to school, researching, thesis, exams, credits, and stuff like that. It's like a lot of energy went into this. And so you tell yourself, come on, like I spent all these years to become a doctor, let's say, yeah, to become a dentist. And now I would not give up on this to get married. This is what you tell yourself as a young lady, especially before working. If you haven't done any job prior to uni, or you didn't have any part-time job, you would still have the idea of work as if it is going to paradise, right? That's why I always say women who say that going to work is part of it came as part of women's liberation is because these women who receive these ideas are not familiar with what work is. Because if they were familiar with what work is, usually they would know that they are the privileged ones. But this aside, when you go to uni and you spend your time and you pursue your career, you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to wait for someone, and maybe I will meet someone at work, and if someone proposes to me, I will see I can still work and get married at the same time. For sure, when you are young, when you are between the age of 20 and 25, you think that you have all the time of the world. If this one doesn't see what I do as compatible with the life he wants to live, I don't care. I'm still young. And I will have many options in the future. And you hold this view all the way until you reach an age and you realize what happened. Years went by very fast, and now I am at an age where I see all the younger women are getting married, and I'm stuck here. Now, some women say that, yeah, men are intimidated by our position at work, by she's a CEO and she thinks that the man is intimidated by her higher salary. This is not usually the case. A man would marry a secretary more than he would choose to marry a secretary than choose to marry a CEO. Why? It's not about the finances. He could be also a CEO in another company, but because of he knows what it takes to be a CEO. He knows how this woman will be drained at the end of the day. He knows what this woman can offer. Now you would tell me, oh no, but there are many CEOs who have families and they manage and blah 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 and blah blah blah. Yes, there are, but some women cannot manage. Because if you are a CEO, you're operating you're more masculine, or you're using your masculine energy to operate and do things. The position that you're occupying is a masculine position, right? If you are in a position like that, you would need to deal with a lot of people. You would need to do a lot of things, and you cannot be feminine in this position. And so you would have to have self-awareness and self-mastery to shift between work and between being a feminine woman at home. So in this regard, my advice to you is, when a man comes and proposes to you, and the time is still in your favor, try to not ask the man qualifying questions that conveys that you prioritize your career over your family life. And this is especially a piece of advice to women who are still young and think that they still have a lot of time. Because if the ideal husband for you is a doctor, let's say, giving the example we used, he comes and proposes to you, and you bring up the topic of you and your career, you can ask him a question about how he views your position at this job. And you can also communicate a few things that would tell him that you're willing to adjust, such as telling him if he thinks in the future it would be better for you to take maybe a part-time job instead of a full-time job. And this tells the man that things can be adjusted and you both can work things out. Your career is not your main focus. And it shouldn't be if the man can provide a life that you want to have, and if the man can take care of you fully, it shouldn't be a problem. Because sometimes providers and men who are capable of financing the household on their own, they're more likely to choose a woman who will be willing to stay at home. Nothing against you wanting to be a CEO or a doctor, but this is just something to have in mind. when you have a bird in hand, it's better than having 10 on the tree. Instead of telling yourself, yeah, in the future, I will have and I will have and I will have, take what is already on the table. If what you are looking for is a man who has a good job, a doctor, and a doctor is already proposing to you, and you are in your peak years at the optimal time of getting married, I think you should take this opportunity as a lifetime opportunity instead of taking it as just one of the upcoming opportunities, right? Because trust me, if you would ask many women who reached 30 and beyond unmarried, they had many options in the past, but they always kept saying, yeah, the next one will be better, the next one will be better. So consider your priorities and choose something that will serve you in the long run.